The Wattersons are a cute, funny family, but they would be a nightmare if they lived in your town.
Oh, yeah.
From stealing $2 million from the bank to literally blowing up the entire city, the Wattersons have a really bad habit of leaving Elmore in ruins. Which makes me wonder, how much money have the Wattersons actually cost Elmore? I'm kinda destructive myself, so today I want to find out. Starting by looking into the episode The Heist. And in this episode, the Wattersons responsible for the destruction in Elmore is Richard. The episode kicks off with Richard walking around in a helmet he can't take off, and what happens next is pure chaos. On the way to Joyful Burger, Richard actually causes so much damage that amounts to $10,000. But the real damage happens when he accidentally robs a bank. Yeah, he pulls up to the bank thinking it's a drive-thru, asks the teller for everything they've got, and walks away with $2 million in cash. $2 million, just like that. The crazy part is that he has no idea what he just did. Meanwhile, the news is calling him Elmore's most wanted criminal. When he finally gets home, Nicole karate chops the helmet off his head and breaks the news.
You went to the bank and you stole $2 million!
Oh my gosh! We have no lunch!
And here's where things go from dumb to dumber. The Wattersons actually try multiple plans to return the money. Nicole tries a reverse heist, Gumball tries stuffing money back into an ATM, Aeneas wants to get a job at the bank for 5,000 years just to pay it back, and Richard's genius plan is to bury it, get arrested, and then dig it up 20 years later. We all know none of these plans are working. In the end, Darwin's the only smart one. He just walks up and returns the suitcase to the bank. Problem solved, right? Wrong. Because Donut Cop thinks it's a suspicious package and blows it up.
We just found a suspicious package in the bank, but don't worry, we're gonna do a controlled explosion!
All $2 million gone, up in flames. So yeah, the final cost of Richard's little fast food run comes out to a clean $2,015,000. And we're just getting started, because in the Colossus, Gumball and Darwin make Hector destroy half of Elmore, and then in the finale, we find out just how much the Watterson boys cost Elmore.
Is it me, or did we all look a bit off?
The finale starts with the Wattersons just chilling at home, flipping through their family album, laughing like everything's fine. Then they get a visit from Mrs. Jotunheim.
If you remember well, 75% of Elmore was destroyed and somebody has to pay for it. Here's your half of the bill for the reconstruction work.
Yup, and half of this bill is $800,000, which means the damage Gumball and Darwin caused amounted to $1.6 million. As if that wasn't bad enough, Richard gets a call saying he's going to jail for reckless driving unless he pays his fines.
Really? I don't remember any reckless driving.
And judging from these destructions, I'll say Richard owes about $30,000. And I'm just being modest. He even gets fined for not subscribing to my channel. Please don't be like Richard and subscribe to my channel, or I'll turn Elmore against you. Now here's where things spiral. Richard hijacks a bus, crashes it straight into the Fitzgerald's house. Meanwhile, Nicole and Anais beg the Justice Department for help, only to find Mrs. Miller has an entire library of their crimes.
That's January.
Eventually, the whole family lands in jail, but Gumball refuses to give up, so he insults a prisoner until the guy literally punches Richard out of the cell. From here on, it's just pure chaos. At school, Gumball and Darwin set off fire alarms, vandalize the halls, and ship Mr. Small to the smallest country in the world. Richard accidentally unleashes Kenneth from the freezer, Nicole insults Hector's mom, Hector loses his mind, and suddenly Elmore's got a Godzilla vs. King Kong crossover. I'm talking about Kenneth versus Hector. By the end, the Wattersons have an angry mob literally breaking into their house to kill them.
It's all over! The end of the Wattersons! The only thing that can save us is reality being completely reset by some kind of magic device!
Between Hector's rampage, Kenneth eating buses, Richard crashing the Fitzgerald's house, the school being vandalized, plus the mob scene, the total comes out to $101,435,000. So yeah, if you're keeping score, after just 2 episodes, the Wattersons have cost Elmore over $103 million. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around until the end, because when we reach the end, you'll see that $103 million is nothing compared to the damage this family has cost Elmore.
Ugh, what is that?
In The Puppy, the Watterson children decide they want a dog, but Richard gives them a turtle, and not just any turtle. From day one, this thing is just pure evil. It bites Gumball's hand and wrecks everything they give it. Even Nicole takes one look and goes,
Ugh, what on earth is that?
Then the kids try to ditch it at the Awesome store, except the turtle dies. Briefly. The turtle escapes, gets hit by a car, shrugs it off, and keeps causing chaos in their neighborhood.
Forget saving the turtle. We need a plan to save the neighborhood.
We're talking chaos that probably amounts to thousands of dollars. And then it happens. Gumball, Darwin, and the turtle wrestle inside the van. Darwin accidentally punts the thing into a box of fireworks. Nicole crashes into a pole. The explosion takes out not one, but 2 houses on their block, and each house probably costs $500,000. That's right, this turtle just added a cool $1 million to the Wattersons' growing tab, and in the advice, Darwin added some more. So this episode starts off simple. Gumball and Darwin walk down the school hallway, hear a weird moaning noise, and of course, they investigate, and they see Mr. Small crying. Man's in the teacher's lounge, depressed because he feels like he hasn't inspired anyone at Elmore Junior High. The boys cheer him up, and suddenly he's back in guru mode, ready to give advice.
Please, sir, inspire us.
Bad idea, because the second Gumball and Darwin start following his advice, the entire school becomes a circus. Then it escalates. Gumball and Darwin pour oil all over the hallway. Miss Simeon slips, yeets herself out the window, and Idaho literally rips poor Terry in half. Bobbert has to hover in like an EMT drone to save her. And the cherry on top is that the oil catches fire and blows up the entire school. And through all this, Mr. Small just checks in, like,
Ah, children! So, how did this day of inspirational advice go?
Pretty bad.
Bro, your advice just caused thousands in damages, even though it was Darwin that made it happen. So this falls on the Watterson family head for taking advice too literally.
Never take any advice too literally.
Yeah, that would have been good advice to give us first.
And in The Butterfly, Gumball costs Elmore everything.
Are you crazy? Hasn't anyone heard of the butterfly effect?
So this all starts pretty harmless. Miss Simeon shifts our focus to this butterfly in a jar and gives the whole "don't release it or it could cause chaos" speech. And of course, the second she leaves the room, Gumball and Darwin let the butterfly out. Because why not? It's just one tiny butterfly. What's the worst that could happen? Yup, literally the destruction of Elmore. The butterfly lands on some construction workers, and that sets off the dumbest yet deadliest chain reaction ever. Heads are flying, arms are falling off, and somehow Hank's decapitated head collides with Mr. Robinson's car, sending him spinning out. It escalates so badly that Hector sneezes, Charlie gets yeeted into the sky, and eventually, of course, it all ends with a full-blown tornado ripping through Elmore, a town worth $10 billion. All because Gumball couldn't resist opening a jar. But this isn't the only time the Wattersons destroyed the entire town. In fact, they've done it a lot of times, but I want to talk about the 2 times that were so bad, I'm not sure how Elmore recovered from it. And the first one happens in the pizza. So in this episode, the Wattersons are having one of those days where literally everything goes wrong. Nicole's too stressed to cook, so Richard orders a super specific pizza from Larry. While they wait, we realize that all their bad experiences that day ties back to Larry. Nicole racks up hundreds in car damages, Richard melts down in public, and the kids manage to destroy Larry's entire video rental business. Like, it's insane.
Who was the person who was probably spitting in our pizza because of how we've all treated him?
You?
No! Larry! It's Larry, guys!
He's in every single story getting 0 respect, 0 appreciation. By the time they realize this, it's too late. Larry has quit, and when Larry quits, the whole town collapses into Mad Max levels of chaos. Because apparently Larry was the guy doing every single job in Elmore. Without him, there's no groceries, no gas, no fast food, nothing. The whole place turns into a post-apocalyptic wasteland in seconds. Elmore is basically a dead city. And even when the Wattersons track Larry down and finally apologize by tipping him, the money is worthless because inflation skyrocketed. I just did a quick research, and rebuilding Elmore from total social and economic collapse is actually going to cost somewhere around $15 billion. But that's nothing compared to the second time the Wattersons destroyed Elmore.
I don't want to say I told you so because I wouldn't be heard over all this cheering, so I'll shout it instead. I told you so!
In the nuisance, the Wattersons get called down to the town hall, and instead of getting fined or banned, they actually get offered a brand new house in Ohio because the people of Elmore are so sick of them that they pooled their money together just to ship the Wattersons far, far away. The catch, though, is that this gift is just part of a bigger scheme. The mayor wanted the Wattersons gone so he could sell off Elmore to some wealthy buyers. But of course, instead of leaving peacefully, the Wattersons decide to do the most Watterson thing possible: burn it all down. Literally. Gumball unleashes termites that chew through a house in seconds. And if you thought that was bad, it escalates even further when they set massive parts of Elmore on fire.
This is for you, Elmore.
All this chaos eventually scares away the buyers, but the town doesn't exactly appreciate it.
You'd think they'd be more grateful than this.
The total damages in this episode rack up to around $70 million. But how much have the Wattersons really cost Elmore? In every episode we've talked about, the Wattersons have cost Elmore a total of $25,179,450,000. If the Wattersons were to pay off this debt with Nicole's monthly salary of $950, they'd need to be alive for 1,000,000 years to pay it all off.